I'm going to share my screen. Okay, it's recording now. Okay, so basically we're going to use all the principles that we've been picking up over the past few weeks. We're going to come up with new ideas. So we're all going to have to, I thought of a couple myself that we could probably use for our final project, but I wanted to get feedback from the two of you and Brianna as well when she gets a moment. So we need to come up with a problem related to, you know, what we're dealing with, like in our courses with our own students. So one of the things I thought would be a good idea was because I'm currently dealing with a couple of students who have learning disabilities like dyslexia, and one who I believe might be on the autistic spectrum, but it hasn't really been shared with me, so I'm not sure, but I can tell just based on a few things I picked up in the class. So these students are really having a hard time, and I'm really trying to find ways to help improve their learning in the classroom. So I'm trying different methods. So I thought maybe that's one thing we could probably do. Are there any other things that you all want to suggest that might be a good idea?
I don't have anything on the top of my head, really.
Okay, you can start thinking. If you all have anything you want to bring to the table, that's fine. This is sort of just like a kickoff meeting anyway, just to kind of get ideas going. But ultimately, he wants it presented basically like what we've been doing, but we're going to present it all together. So we're each going to be given, like, I was thinking we could do like a Canva presentation. And I can just create like a Canva presentation, just like sort of like a rough draft, right? We can get a design one. And then each of us will be assigned to like 4 or 5 slides. And we'll be responsible for those slides based on our section. What do you all think about that?
Like it.
That's a good idea. I think Canva is the easiest way to go. Like you're able to like add everybody in, like collaborate. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, Canva is a really friendly
and just
platform.
kind of to start, so we can kind of start. I kind of like that because that's usually what the whole education.
Yeah, and plus we can work on our own time because we all have different schedules, and at least we know we can do our slides, you know, at our own pace when we have our own time, as long as we meet that deadline. That's what I figured that would be a good way to sort of, you know, get that done. So I can do like a rough, like a generic presentation for us and just share it with everybody. That way we can start sort of designing it up. I thought maybe we could start by, we'll have like a title, and I can always start with the title, like sort of like the idea I have, and we can always change it as we have our meetings. But, you know, like put our pictures there, like who our group members are, and then we'll just progressively go into the presentation. I think the ADDIE concept.
You're breaking up, Liza.
Yeah, I'm having bad problems today with my connection. Let me see. Can you hear me now? Let me connect my phone. Hold on. I need my own Wi-Fi is what I need. Nobody's even here using my Wi-Fi.
No?
My kids aren't, nobody's even here. So I'm like,
oh, I was gonna say, I think we lost her, but there she is.
I know she's back.
Here I am. I'm trying to get my hotspot because I'm all the way on the other side of the house. So somehow I lose connection. I need my own. I pay for the internet, but it's closer to everyone else. So it doesn't make sense. But I'm like, okay. So let me try to connect to a different one here. Hold on. Taking a while. I probably need a new computer as well.
Do
You're kind of breaking up. You're kind of breaking up. Let me see if this helps connecting to a different source. Okay, is that any better?
Yes, you're not breaking up as badly. Can you hear us?
Okay, good. Yes, now we're good.
Okay. I was going to ask you, so for our meeting, do you want to keep them on Wednesday evenings like you had originally put on our schedule?
Yeah, I think that works for me. I don't know what works for
Okay.
y'all though. So I want to see what works for all of you.
Yeah, we can do that for sure. I mean, I'm okay with that.
Okay. How about you, Joe? Does that work for you?
This Wednesday I won't be able to. I'm coaching football right now and we have a game that day.
Okay.
So I won't be able to do Wednesdays, but all the other Wednesdays I can, or any other Wednesday I can. It's just this week we have
Like a
a early
scrimmage.
week game.
Okay. And that's okay.
Yeah, because yeah, it's our last Wednesday game, so after this week, that's it.
Okay, well, we can do the recording, just like we're doing for Brianna, and you can just
Mhm.
look in on it and see what you missed.
Yeah.
That way, you know, you have an idea. But either way, we're gonna have slides we're gonna be working on independently, and we can still catch up via our little chat area
Okay.
that Mary
Yeah, that
created
sounds
for us. I
great.
wanted to show you all a little idea real quick of what I was thinking about for our project.
Hmm.
So let me share my screen and see if I can bring it up. I have 500 screens, so let's see.
I'm on a meeting. Can you close the door, please? Yes. I know. I need it because my phone is dying. Please be careful. Don't trip.
I was trying to wipe my face.
Okay. Well, can you go over there, please? With Mama for a little bit?
No, I will be quiet.
You're gonna be very quiet. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna share a document with you. I'm gonna share a document with you all. And it's going to have sort of like an outline of how I was thinking we could proceed with our project. So let me share the document. I'm gonna share it to your Gmails and to Brianna's
Okay.
London ISD. So let me do that because I don't know if it's gonna let me. I have 500 screens open and I don't
Yes.
know, like, oh, this might be it. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that your foot?
Yeah.
No, it's this thing.
Let me see if I can.
You said I can hear you.
I don't know if this is the one for. Oh, this is the one. Okay. Or is this the one? Okay, yeah, this is sort of generally an idea. So what we'll do step by step is we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have about 4 sections, I think, or 5 sections. So we've got like the analysis portion, the design portion, development, and implementation. And then we do a final evaluation.
Look at it.
Over there.
So we'll come up with ideas based on what your section is, like what do you want? Like for instance, if I'm doing analysis, my purpose is going to be to help reach the students who have learning disabilities. How can we better implement classroom activities to help reach these students? So I'm going to define that learning problem, identify the target audience, which is teachers, because we're trying to reach fellow colleagues on how we're going to be able to reach these students. And then I'm going to develop some learning objectives. So like for me, I would research and gather information on the learning problem and the target audience and the objectives. And then for instance, like Mary, you can do the D for design. So you would come with the plan, the content structure, the activities, the materials that we might implement for these students. Joe, like for instance, you'll do development.
Okay.
Brianna could do implementation, and then together we can work on task 5, which would be evaluation, so that we can all put our ideas into it.
Mhm.
I think if we do it this way, it'll be easy for all of us to be able to put it together. We can work on it a little bit at a time when we have moments in our day, because I know we all have crazy schedules.
Mhm.
And that way by the time we get to week 7, we'll have it all ready to go. And let me know if there's anything y'all can want to suggest or change. That works for me. I just wanted to have a general like outline of what we need to move forward with, because today will be our first meeting where we sort of brainstorm. And so if I need to have a briefing with Dr. Squires, I can let him know like what we did today. We have our little
Okay.
meeting.
And
So-
all honesty, Joe, if you're okay with it, I mean, I think we should run with the idea that you have now, because that way we can start working on it as far as with the disabilities.
Mhm.
Joe, I mean, that's up to
Okay
you. What do
with
you
it?
think?
You're okay with that?
I'm okay with it. I mean, because I think it's pretty standard for that to be out there all the time, because that's what we deal
Yeah.
with all the time. So I think that's actually a pretty good one.
Yeah,
and
I
it's-
think so.
Yeah, it's all kinds of disabilities. So it's not, it's like, you know, like if they're on the spectrum, if they have any type of like bipolar disorder, or if they're dealing with dyslexia. So any disabilities that these
Okay.
students are dealing with on a daily basis, we need to find a way to reach these students better. Like what tools can we use to help reach them better? Because honestly, this is a department where I actually am not well versed in. So
Same.
I'm having a hard time right now because I'm having to now discover these things because I have these students. So that in a way it's helped me, but I should know more. You know, I'm thinking to myself, I should know more resources and I don't. So I think this
And
would be a
that's-
really good idea.
I agree.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel the same way. And I think it's a good idea to have this already in my background to say, at least I have experience with it.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. So we can all get our strengths together. And
Mhm.
this is what we'll start working on. I'll try to do a skeleton and then I'm gonna send it to y'all's Gmails.
Okay.
And of course, I always say Brianna's London. London ISD, I'll send it to her London email. But I always look more at my Gmail, even though I have all my emails up. It just so happens that my Gmail is the one that
Yeah,
I
same
look at
here.
more. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and do that tonight. I'll send that out to you.
Okay.
How are y'all doing with your current assignment? Did you all already submit it?
I'm gonna
Yes.
submit it in a little bit. Yeah.
That's good.
That's-
It's
We'll see
done
how it goes.
today. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, well, I think we have a good starting point. So I'll go ahead and take the role as the leader so I can do the debriefings with him and so on and so forth. And I'll go ahead and start the skeleton so that we have that to work with and we can start. I'll even connect you on this document here and put names on it so we can get started on that as well.
Awesome. I like
Perfect.
it.
All right, well then I guess this concludes our meeting. We can get on with our day then.
Nice.
Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all.
Yes,
Thanks.
thank y'all so much for meeting up.
Thank you.
All
Of
right.
course.
Thanks, Liza. Appreciate all the work.
Yes,
All right.
I'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Well, plug me in. You're supposed to plug me in.
I want to plug you and I can't do it.
I got-
I'm gonna try to try.